Hello everyone, welcome to today's presentation on understanding probability. We will explore some key concepts in probability, including the addition rule, multiplication rule, contingency tables, and tree diagrams. I will also share some relatable daily life examples to help you grasp these concepts better. Let's start with brief introduction to probability. Probability is a measure of how likely an event is to occur. It ranges from 0 to 1, where 0 means the event will not happen and 1 means it will definitely happen. Understanding the probability is essential in our daily lives, from making decisions to assessing risks. First, let us discuss the addition rule. This rule helps us calculate the probability of either of two events happening, meaning they cannot happen at the same time. We can simply add the probability. For example, think about flipping the coin. The probability of getting heads or tail is 1. If we calculate it, we have if we when we calculate, we have only one. Now let's consider a scenario where the events are not mutually exclusive. Imagine you are at a party and you can either have a soda or a juice. If there is a chance you can have both, we need to adjust our calculation. If the probability of having a soda is 0.6 and the probability of having juice is 0.5 and the probability of having both is 0.2, we can use the formula. This gives us 0.6 plus 0.5 minus 0.2 is equal to 0. So there is a 90% chance you will have either a soda or juice at the party. Next, we have the multiplication rule, which is used to find the probability of two events happening together. If the events are independent, we can multiply their probabilities. For instance, let us say you roll a pair of six-sided die and a flip a coin. The probability of rolling is rolling a four is, and the probability of flipping head is 1/2. To find the probability of both events happening, we calculate uh, we calculate both events, probability of A and probability of B, and A by A. Now let's look at daily life example. Imagine you are planning a picnic. The weather forecast says there is a 70% chance of sunshine and 40% chance of no rain. If we assume these events are independent, the probability of having both sunshine and no rain is. And this means there is a good chance you will have a lovely sunny day for your picnic. Now, let us move on. Contingency table. These tables help us visualize joint, marginal, and conditional probability. For example, consider a survey conducted on beverage preferences among employed and unemployed individuals. Here is a simple table: coffee, tea, total employed. From this table, we can calculate various probability. For instance, the probability of someone being uh, the probability of someone being employed and preferring coffee is 0.30. The probability of someone preferring tea or being unemployed is 0.75. Now let us talk about tea. Now let's about tree diagram. Tree diagram is a representation that help us understand the outcome of sequences of events. They are particularly useful for calculating probabilities in situation where events are dependent on one another. Let us consider a simple example. Uh, Drawing cards from a standard deck without replacement. Suppose you want to find the probability of drawing a king followed by a queen. Here's how we can visualize. it with a tree diagram. The first branch represents trying a king. There are four kings in a deck of 52 cards. So probability of king fraction is 4 by 52, and probability of if you draw a king, there are now 51 cards left in the deck. The second branch represents drawing a king after drawing a king. Its fraction is 4 by 51. Hmm. To find the probability of both events happening, we multiply both events 4 by 52 and multiply 4 by 51. It's is equal to 0.06. This means there is about a 0.6% chance of drawing a king followed by a king without replacement. In conclusion, understanding the probability is essential for making informed decisions in our daily lives. We have covered several key concepts today. The addition rule helps us calculate the probability of either of two events occurring, whether they are mutually exclusive or not. The multiplication rule allows us to find the probability of two events happening together, whether are independent or dependent. Contingency table provide a clear way to visualize joint and conditional probability, helping us understand the relationship between the different categories. Tree diagrams offer a visual representation of sequence of events, making it easier to calculate probabilities in complex scenarios. I encourage you to explore these concepts further and think about how they apply to your everyday decisions, whether it is planning and event making financial choices or simply understanding these risks. Thank you for joining me today. I hope this presentation has helped you understand the basic of probability and its application in daily life. If you have any question or would like to learn more, feel free to reach out. Have a great day. Thank you. And these are my references. And thank you.